The purpose of this Headless Professor video is to show you how to use the Questionnaire document file to build your own questionnaire. Now start by getting this file. You can find it either at the Berkeley Electronic Press site or at my site for any of your courses under the Projects folder, or on your course shell in the course management system, Blackboard or Canvas. So you take this file, you open it up, and as soon as you open it, this is what you'll see. Go up and save it again, and save it under a different file name. That way the original file will remain the same, and you can make other questionnaires later from the same file. Now, once you get into the questionnaire, you are going to erase a lot of the material that you don't want, and hopefully you will end up with a one-page questionnaire that actually tests your hypotheses. Let's suppose that you have a hypothesis that the people who listen to rap music have a certain personality trait in common. You're going to distribute this around campus. So for your instructions, you don't need a long-winded set of instructions. So we're going to take all this beginning information and simply erase it. Now your instructions read, this is an anonymous questionnaire, so please do not write your name on this sheet. For each of the following questions, please circle the response that best describes you or your opinions. Now let's take a look at the individual questions and decide which ones we want to keep. We will erase the questions we don't want. We will erase the instructions written in red, and that'll leave us with the questionnaire we want. Well, first of all, I think we want to use gender as a measure, so we will include that. I think we'll want to include age, so we'll include that. Let's find out about ethnicity. We'll try to see if a preference for rap music is more common in students of African American ancestry or Hispanic ancestry. Let's see. I don't think we have to measure their marital status or if they've ever been divorced. We will erase those items. Likewise, we'll erase the items that deal with children, birth order. Maybe social class would be interesting. Let's leave the social class item in place. Now, I don't think we're going to measure how well they do in their studies. Their political agenda, we can erase all that. I don't think we'll look at religious background or religiosity. We will erase those. Here's one way we might measure rap music, by a scale that measures how often something occurs. Now here, let's take the material in blue, and let's change the stem of the question's phrasing. So how often do you listen to rap music? And the response format that we have is always, most of the time, about half the time, seldom, never. Now notice something, that some of these things I have set it up so you can change, like the stem of the question. And others, like this, no, I don't want you to change. So you can either erase it or leave it the same, but you really can't modify it. Here's another way you could phrase the question. How often do you listen to rap music? And you could say most of the time, quite often, occasionally, almost never, never. Suppose you like that phrasing better. Okay, we'll set it up like this. And you could also phrase it differently with something like this. how much do you like listening to rap music? You could phrase it like that. Get rid of these other possible STEM questions. And now you can use the response format: extremely, very, somewhat, slightly, not at all. Okay. Now, let's suppose you want to correlate preference for rap music with a personality trait. The personality trait of openness on the Big 5 personality test. Now, there are 2 items from the TIPI which measures openness. Would you describe yourself as open to new experiences and complex? And then one that's reverse scored. Would you describe yourself as conventional and uncreative? Now, what we can do is we can simply decide to include that item. We really can't modify it, because then we would not be using the expected standardized score. Okay, so here we have our different measures, and it's a little bit too long to fit into one questionnaire. Maybe we're asking too many questions. Let's see. We could pick one of these 2. How often do you listen to rap music? Or how much do you like listening to rap music? Let's use the second phrasing. Now it fits all on one page. That's how we develop a questionnaire. And this questionnaire gives background information about our sample, and it is adequate to test the hypothesis that people who like listening to rap music score higher on the personality trait of openness.